Well, delighted to be on a call today with Dale at Orion, Australia, over in Tasmania. I think they call the mainland of Australia. So Dale and the team there have been a loyal customer of PSI brand since, goodness me, I had a bit of a look, and it looked like we'd go back to 2008. But you're saying something earlier, Dale, about going back further. But I'll let you take the floor. Tell us a bit about yourself and Orion and its roots.
Good to be chatting with you again, Jim. I was only thinking back when I was sort of thinking about this chat we're going to have. First time I stumbled across Crawshaws was Jim's dad, actually, Steve, in the days when they were in Palmerston North with a road moulding business. I think it was August 2000, if I remember rightly. I was in New Zealand for a few days, and Steve kindly showed me through the moulding factory that you had there. We were very new into rotor moulding, and so it was. I was curious to see how other people do it. That was the days of Stallion Plastics. Is Stallion still going, Jim?
Pretty sure, and interesting. The old Stallion is right here in this room. I'm glad we brought it through, but this is how it started. The old Stallion, hence the horse. So the first product he made was a rocking horse.
A rotor-molded rocking horse.
100% made out of an old machine he got from a washing machine and some bits of fireproof panel, but it went on to make car feeders.
No, I remember one of the things I remember seeing was a big bucket, probably about a 30 or 40 litre bucket that was shaped like an udder, which I think was a display unit for teats, if I remember rightly, but that one caught me interest. 25 years and more later, I can still picture the thing sitting up on the mezzanine upstairs at Stallion.
Yeah. Interesting.
So we were just new into rotor moulding. I think it was about 98 we started. During 1998, and our business is, as you know, we're located in Tasmania, so that's it's a bit of an island economy in some ways. Our main product range here in the state is rainwater tanks. We do septic tanks. We mould animal troughing and feeders and that sort of stuff. And then we've got a range of bins which are used mainly for grain and fertiliser, self-discharging bins known as Jackie bins, which we supply to the agricultural industry all over Australia. And then we also got a growing range of materials handling products, so largely pallet bins and materials handling gear, which finds its way mostly into the red meat and pet food processing. Poultry is another big one for us. Areas where they are hard on gear. We mould a range of materials handling gear that is supposed to stand up to the rigours of everyday life. As far as the brand goes,
what makes you unique?
Yeah, well, I'm a bit of a stickler for marketing. I tend to chase shiny things probably a bit too much. My brother's more the one that is down to business and gets things done. But I've always believed in a strong brand. A business isn't worth much, I don't think, unless you've got a brand that you're bringing with you. So for that reason, we've been reasonably particular about branding products that we manufacture. There's a couple of ways we do that. One way is with colour. So we use colour as an identifier with a number of our product ranges. And then together with that, there's always decals and messaging that we incorporate onto products wherever we can to make that reinforce that message. So with that in mind, obviously the partnership with PSI goes back a long way. I was thinking this morning that we've got these tiny little serial numbers that we put on every Jackie bin that we make, and I know that's not big time branding, but when I go and have a look at the serial numbers they're using today, where we must be on the other side of 10,000 decals that we've stuck on that you guys have supplied. And every bin out there has got a unique identifier on it. So that
do you have to refer back to that very often?
It's a good thing to have. There's a couple of reasons we do it. One is obviously you can for batching. You can, if there's a recall or warranty, it's great to have some sort of identifier. Secondly, what we find is for if it's a job where, take for example, a company's going to buy a dozen or 15 or 20 or 30 or 40, if they're going to finance the purchase, the finance companies always require a unique identifier on each each
Sure.
asset. So we find it easy just to identify every bin with a serial number, and
Yeah.
the PSI ones work well for that.
And what is your warranty, if I can just quickly ask?
On the particularly on Jackie bins, we would offer a 5-year workmanship warranty.
Sure.
We get very little in the way of warranty claims. But when we do, it's just good to know what's been going on.
Absolutely.
Mostly warranty claims are maltreatment, not fair wear and tear. So
absolutely.
One of the had a guy ring me up one day, told me that he had a hole in the side of his Jackie bin, and would I be able to help him? And when I actually dug into the what had happened, a cockatoo had flown into the bin and couldn't get itself out. So it sat inside and carved a hole big enough to let itself out. Yeah, but
there you go.
That's innovation in business. Yeah,
cockatoo cages from silos to cockatoo cages. That's awesome. Too good. Well, that's an awesome story, and yeah, so it's been a privilege to be part of your brand and assist with your brand along the many years, almost up to 20 now. But
one of the another thing we've done with the PSI graphics extensively was we had a job we did. We molded thousands of pallet bins for a pet food processor, and every one of those bins has to have a red stripe on each side to identify the bin, not fit for human consumption. And we must have used thousands of those red stripes from you guys over the years, just tacking them on the bins. And so there's all sorts of uses for graphics, permanent identification.
Too good. Yeah, well, I guess on that, so while we've appreciated the business, would you be happy to refer us on to, or what would be your word to other manufacturers out there that are looking to brand plastics?
I should think before I open my mouth too big. My message to anybody that's in moulding, particularly if you've got your own proprietary range, is that you never know what sort of eyes are going to rest on your product at any given stage, but you only get one chance to make a first impression.
Absolutely.
And that's where I've always been a firm believer in having something there that is worth looking at, making your product worth someone putting their eyes on.
Awesome.
And permanent graphics is a good way to do that. Mold it in, it's there to stay as long as the product lives.
Absolutely. Well, beautiful parting shot. And it's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you, Dale. Again, thank you very much for your business. Deeply appreciated. We look forward to supporting you in the years to come, and watch with excitement and anticipation on where Orion Australia is going to go next.
Watch this space, Jim. Good to be talking with you.
Too good.
Cheers.
Right. All right. Cheers.
Good on you. Cheers.